Hello, I am Jaka Sisijete. Welcome to the news review. First, our headlines. The First Lady Famataba Barrow has visited 6 new babies in the hospital as they emerged as the first babies of 2020. Also coming up, former African Development Bank Human Capital Chief Oli Dibawada officially joined the United Democratic Party. This and more coming up, but first we'll take a look at the newspapers. We have the Point newspaper and the headlines read, Barrow says resignation is a betrayal. Dog snatch thrown away baby in Farafenye. Also, Guinea-Bissau former MP Mbalo wins presidential election. NPP, Barrow registers political party. Barrow says resignation is a betrayal. I swore twice by the Holy Quran in Dakar and in the Gambia to defend and act according to the national constitution. Under these circumstances, I cannot accord the coalition agreement preference over the constitution, President Adama Barrow says in his New Year message to the nation. To resign after 3 years in office implies betraying the people, multitude of whom continue to pledge support for my government and our development agenda. While tendering my resignation is not constitutional, as some people argue, it is irresponsible and imprudent to do so if it is not prompted and justified by principles linked to statehood and the people, he added. Dogs snatch thrown away baby in Farafenye. Human empathy faded in the wilderness as dogs were given a rare opportunity to snatch an unwanted baby in the metropolis town of Farafenye in the North Bank region. The tragedy struck the community recently when a newly born baby was thrown in a dump site, with dogs found eating its remains. A source that spoke to the Point on the condition of anonymity said the incident happened at Mauritania, a segment in Farafenye. Also, Guinea-Bissau former MP Mbalo wins presidential election. The 47-year-old beat rival Domingos Simos Pereira by about 54% to 46%, the Electoral Commission announced. Mr. Pereira vowed to contest the result, alleging electoral fraud. Mr. Mbalo has said he wants to resolve political tensions in the West African country, which has seen 9 coup or attempt coup since 1974. The election in the first round the incumbent president, Jose Mario Vaz, crashed out of the election in the first round in November. He was the first head of state to carry out his term without being either deposed or assassinated. But his tenure was marred by issues including political infighting and widespread allegations of corruption. Also, NPP, Barrow registers political party. President Adama Barrow has registered his own political party barely a month after his Meet the People tour. The Independent Electoral Commission, IEC, confirmed on Tuesday, 31st December 2019. The party is National People's Party, NPP. The Independent Electoral Commission hereby wishes to notify the general public that having met the requirements for registration under Section 105 of the Elections Act 2009 as amended, a new party, National People's Party, this 31st day of December 2019 has been duly registered as a bona fide political party. A news release from the IEC said. The release also outlined the particulars of the registered party, with Adama Barrow as the interim secretary and party leader. The party's color is dark gray, with a white horse as its symbol and peace, progress and unity as its motto. The party has its secretariat at Churchillstown. That's all for the newspapers. Former African Development Bank Human Capital Chief Oli Dibawada officially joined the United Democratic Party. The development came at a ceremony held in Pipeline today where UDP leader Hussein Udabo held the Gale president on his decision to join his party. Here is an excerpt.
To work was to really ensure that I am not just coming for myself, but I'm coming for the Gambia. I'm coming to give my all. It has not been an easy feat. I'm very, very honored. The meeting that we have today here, the presence here, has been a conclusion of a lot of consultations that have happened over the past weeks with the leadership, Uncle Usainu and Auntie Yam. And I'm very happy to be here to work with the party. I'm looking forward to working with all of you to get your guidance, your support and encouragement so that we can really take the UDP to the next level and transform it into a party for 2021. So it's an absolute pleasure to be here, and I'm very, very happy and excited. Thank you.
To the party. Maybe about 4 months ago, when I had an initial contact with Uli, and then my hopes were raised, but then I decided to tame it, because then no decision was taken, and if a decision was taken that I wasn't expecting, then the shock, wouldn't be too much. So I was taming the very high hopes that I was nursing. But well, Oli, welcome. It's not a question of flattery. When I read your profile, it became quite apparent to me that it is people of your caliber, of both sexes, that one would need in a political organization. Because for us, our party is a government. And certainly, governments attend to the affairs of the state. And even in opposition, we think we can attend to the affairs of the state, and in a manner that is constructive, but others will see it as being really opposition talk. But I think with people like you, your contributions would hardly be seen by anyone as just mere opposition talk. You resigned your job as director of human capital at the African Development Bank. See, organizations like ADB, anyone working there at whatever level, you normally don't want to leave, you want to go up. Or branch off to another organization where you could hold higher positions. You're looking to progression in your career as an international civil servant. Giving up such a job, such a position, talks volume of your commitment, your sincerity, and your devotion to your country. And you think that their dedication, your sincerity, and your devotion to your country, the vehicle through which you can realize that is not a Democratic Party. So welcome you. I have looked at your profile, and I think, depending what happens in the next year or so, for now, I'm sure members of the executive will agree with me on this. For now, I think you will be. I'll make you float. Work with the women's organization, the two deputies, help assist them, the parliamentary group, because we need. I used to say that when we had only 7 members of the National Assembly, in 1997, 2001, it was the most effective parliament. The UDP NAS were most effective. And the reason why they were so effective, because they had proper counsel, they had proper guidance. your exposure with ADB on policy matters, on various issues. I think your interaction with members of our National Assembly, will really help them, together with us, help them to really be seen in the National Assembly, not just as UDP representatives, but as really the people's representatives. They'll really, the grain, will be separated from the chaff. Yeah? And I see also with your role at the ADB as human capital, I see how much you can do for the youth, for the women. So we are having a policy and strategy committee. We will be an effective member of that. Probably help the chair, Larry, because he is out most of the time on consultancies. I think even on Sunday he's traveling to some country on some consultancy services. But together with your experiences from the ADB, with your experience as former head of the civil service, as also as his various assignments in Botswana, in Mozambique, and in other places, UDP can come out with policies that we think can catapult Gambia, into a mid-income country. And that is what we want. That's what we want. And we want to see that, we start our own National Development Plan, 2021-2026. Your expertise, experience from ADB, and your other engagements. Ms. Sadiba has just mentioned that we are in Korea, South Korea together. Of course, the mission on which both of you were on. These are things that could really be of benefit to the Gambia. Yeah? So I welcome you to United Democratic Party, and we'll be giving you assignments. I'll formally write and detail, those areas. Personally, all members of the executive are very key. But then you have certain units which are very important. The women's wing, very, very important. That's why Ajisukaina, and her team, I think we will help. We'll be looking forward to working closely with them. The National Youth Wing is very key. Honorable Saho, is Honorable Saho is head of that. As well, we also have the Female Youth Wing, and we have a very vibrant secretary, Yakumba Jaite. So you'll be meeting her in due course. So these are people that and of course the campaign team too. Mr. Diba, Senior Administrative Secretary, and myself, we are very much, how do you call it, we are not field people, but these are the field people, and I'm sure they can really benefit a lot from experience, and feel free and consider yourself as an integral part of the United Democratic Party. After all, I think the Republican Party in the United States, Trump was not a founder member. The Democratic Party, Hillary Clinton, Obama, they are not founder members either. But of course, they have carried the torch. And you are not founder member of UDP, but you are with founder members. So that is, so for you, your own position is even much higher than Trump for the Republicans and Obama or otherwise for the Democrats, because they are just taking history. But you are part of the history making. So we welcome you to the party, and hope that I'll say I don't know how to say it in Wolof. I can say it in Wolof, but then let me say it in Mandinka. Ilaka forma alama patio nya wati e patio e fana wati, and that we all work. And as I say, I've also said in the past that whatever position one acquires in the party is an account of your hard work. A typical example, Suku Singate joined the party in 2017 during the parliamentary elections. But now he is organizing secretary because of how much work he did in the party, endeared him to the party, and people recognized him in the party, and then, vested interest, vested position, vested position on him. So I want you to be also visible, be like your brother, Daddy Pachakudia, be visible and be heard, be visible and be heard, so that those people in Nyakoi who have never seen Olidiba, whenever you say, oh yes, you know Olidiba, or those people in Salem, Kimo Olidiba, they go to Ram, when they have never seen you. A lot of people have never seen Ibrahim Adiba, have never seen Alaj Dabo, or Lamin Diba, or Ajasukaina, but because of what they've been doing on the platform, on some occasion appearing, they are known all over. So I want you also to do the same, so that you are known all over. You can go to Bansang alone, and you say you are Olidiba, and all the people in Bansang, UDP, will come out there and say Naluntang Natalal Ngabunya. So welcome. And Male, have also to acknowledge your participation in this, because while the discussions were going on, you are part and parcel of it, and you gave a great deal of encouragement to Oli to come and join the UDP. But after all, I think you couldn't have done otherwise. Every day you come here, I tell me, "Nganwil mas my sister." So because of your sister, you couldn't do you couldn't do otherwise. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome.
For the first time in the Gambia, your favorite GSM operator, Africell, is the first and only GSM operator to launch a brand new technology called the eSIM. The eSIM simply means you can use your phone without a SIM card. Do you have an iPhone 11, any of the iPhone X series, a Google Pixel 3, or any new phone that supports the e-technology? Visit any Africell customer care center. Activate your eSIM today. With your virtual Africell SIM, you can use more than one number without having a physical SIM card in your phone. Enjoy this brand new technology for the first time in the Gambia, brought to you by Africell. eSIM, your phone without a SIM card. For more information, please call 111. Where Africell goes, nobody dares to follow.
The Drug Law Enforcement Agency on Thursday paraded a 60-year-old suspected drug trafficker. Babukar Singate was paraded at Serikunda Police Station alongside 3 other suspected drug traffickers. More in this report.
For the begin with the one that was not at Abuko, one Bakarenjai. He was arrested at Abuko on Sunday around 2:30 a.m. in the morning. He was arrested with 56 big bundles of cannabis, 11 wraps, and 56 wraps with 11 puzzles, and 36 stones of suspected 31 stones of suspected hashish stone. Then the next one we have one Alaji Cham of Dibakunda. He was arrested with 6 puzzles of suspected cannabis. Then we have 2 others also who are nabbed in Banjul. One is Babukar Singate. He's 60-year-old. He was arrested at the place in Banjul at the beachside, a place called Cocaine Center. There's a place at the beachside where they call Cocaine Center. Most of our officers move away. Our office moved from Banjul, so the people in that area thought we are no longer present in Banjul. But we want to put this right across that our presence is still felt in Banjul. We are still in Banjul, and we will remain there. We will continue to fight the menace of drug abuse and illicit drug abuse and trafficking within the Gambia, in any part of the Gambia. Then the other one is one Mas is also arrested in Banjul at a place called Pinay Street. He was also arrested with 14 parcels of suspected cannabis. First of all, we begin with the one that was not at Abuko, one back in Jai. He was arrested at Abuko on Sunday around 2:30 a.m. in the morning. He was arrested with 56 big bundles of cannabis, 11 wraps, and 56 wraps.
Now, 6 newborns will grow up knowing a president who have visited them in hospital and gave them money and other items because they jointly hold the record of being the first babies born in the Gambia in 2020. The First Lady Famata Barbaro on Wednesday visited 6 babies in hospital after they emerged as the first babies of 2020. Now, let's take a look at the report. Families basked in joy on Wednesday after Car Powership and Gamtel Gamcel, in partnership with the First Ladies Foundation, gave them $75,000 and baby clothes after their babies emerged firstborns of 2020.
We are here again. We've been here last year and the year before since this foundation was formed. This baby of the year is a collaboration between the Office of the First Lady and her foundation. We do it together to actually deliver the ambitions of the First Lady. The First Lady has a passion for health, passion for women, passion for kids. To give startup to any family in the situations that we are is a very, very noble cause. And the First Lady has put this as a fixture, permanent fixture in her calendar on the 1st of the year to partake in this event. This event is currently happening, as we are speaking now, is currently happening in 9 hospitals in the country.
The health minister accompanied the First Lady.
The First Lady had been supporting us for a long time. By the way, for those of you who do not know, the First Lady had been supporting the hospitals before she became First Lady. She was carrying the little donations she could gather to take to the patients of the various health facilities. So we therefore are very much appreciative of the efforts of the First Lady, the Office of the First Lady, the First Ladies Foundation, their partners, in putting forward what they were able to do so today, and as Minister for Health on behalf of my team.
The First Lady Famata Barbaro led a tour of hospitals to meet with the babies. The babies total 6, 3 boys and 3 girls, and all of them are from the Greater Banjul area. Omiba of Yundum gave birth to the first baby of 2020, a girl, at the Edward Francis Moore Teaching Hospital. She arrived at 12:40 a.m. weighing 3 kg. Hadi Mendi of Sunchu Alaji gave birth to the next baby at Edward Francis Moore Teaching Hospital, a boy who arrived at 1:50 a.m. weighing 4.5 kg. At Serekunda General Hospital, Binta Jase from Sukuta emerged first woman to give birth to the first baby, a girl, while Binta Bojang of Wellingar came second, giving birth to a baby boy. At Bundu Maternal Hospital, Anna Mas Mendi from Brikama became the first woman to give birth to the first babies in the form of twins, but one of the twins died after delivery. Sisi Saho emerged second, giving birth to a baby boy that weighed 3.68 kg.
America wala Europe wala yónnee mobile muy jël ay weer Smartphone House ñëw pour rek noppal leen looy def rek mooy nga def payment ñu deliver phone bi tey.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Man de sama jëkkër moo ma boole ak yéen. Mohamed Ndiaye.
Mohamed Ndiaye.
waaw Sweden.
maa ngi waxamoon tey si suba.
waaw daf ma call suma téléphone bi yaaxu mu ne ma demal Smartphone House ma ne ko waaye loolu gaaw na ni mu ne ma demal rek.
moom utal na la fi benn. mooy iPhone 8 Plus.
masha Allah.
ak Smartphone House emuñ ci jaay mobile rek waaye dañuy jaay computer ay yére ak daala yi nga xam ne rek original lañ ba tax nag ku bugg a xam fi nga xam ne mooy Smartphone House da ngaa dem Kairaba Avenue opposite fi nga xam ne mooy Barcelona shop. yow mi nekk America.
Well, that was all we had for you on today's news review. Till we come your way next week, do have a great weekend. Thank you for joining us.